A lot of people think that you have to exercise like crazy for you to lose weight. But I'm here to let you know that that is not true. That is a myth. Now, welcome to the Weight Loss Made Easy class, section 3. In today's section, we're going to be discussing the role of exercise when it comes to weight loss. We're also going to be discussing things you need to do, like accountability, progress tracking, and how all of this ties up to losing weight in a healthy and a sustainable way. Within the past 2 days, we have done sections 1 and 2, and in the first and the second section, some of the things we discussed were how to lose weight by just how your body gains weight and how to reverse the weight gain process by eating correctly, right? Now, so we want to talk about how exercise can actually help the whole process. Now, I want to reiterate that exercise, weight loss is actually 80% what you eat, that's nutrition, and 20% exercise. But don't hear me say that exercise is not necessary for weight loss. No, I'm not saying that. A matter of fact, if you do not exercise, aside even weight loss, exercise has its own benefit. For you to be a healthy adult, for you, the World Health Organization recommends that you do at least 75 minutes of vigorous exercise every day, every week rather. 75 minutes vigorous exercise, or 150 minutes moderate exercise. For you to be a healthy adult. We're not even talking about losing weight, we're just talking about you to be healthy as an adult in this world. The World Health Organization requires that you work out for at least 75 minutes every week, vigorously. So you're doing high intensity exercises for 75 minutes, or you're doing moderate intensity exercises for 150 minutes, just to be healthy. So what I'm trying to say is that exercise is very important when it comes to weight loss. But again, I'm also trying to let you know that if you're not eating correctly, if you're not getting the whole thing I taught you yesterday correctly, and you're just exercising, chances are you will not lose weight. At what point? And the best or the most that you can do is to actually maintain your current weight. Now let me tell you the role that exercise plays in all this. So remember that we talked about BMR. And we say BMR is your basal metabolic rate. So and your basal metabolic rate is just the amount of energy or the amount of calories you consume just to stay alive without doing anything at all. So let's say your basal metabolic rate is 2000. Now, another thing we talked about is daily calorie requirements. So let's say as a daily caloric requirement, so let's say as a healthy adult that goes to work, does all these other things, you don't exercise, but you go to work, you do this, you do that, you do that. Now, that your daily caloric requirement might end up being this 2000 plus maybe an extra 1000 to cover for all the minor things you do without exercising. But now if you now add exercise to it, let's say you exercise maybe 30 minutes of good exercising. When you cardio exercise, most cardio exercises would give you at least, you burn for 30 minutes, you burn at least between 250 to 1000 calories extra, depending on the exercise you do. Now you see that for someone who is just not doing any exercise, just living his normal, for someone who is sedentary, first of all, yours is 2000. For someone who is just going to work, doing the basic things that he needs to do, yours is 3,000, 2,000 plus. But for someone who is now adding exercise 30 minutes, your calorie requirement will now rise from either 3,000 to 3,250 or 4,000, meaning that now you are ramping up your weight loss process. So if you're eating, let's say you're eating, you know your BMR, you know you've calculated your daily caloric requirement from the site I gave to you yesterday. So if you missed yesterday's lecture, it's very important that you go back and watch it so you can get the site where you calculate your daily caloric requirement to know how much calories you're supposed to eat every day. Now, when you know the caloric requirement that you need every day, and let's say yours is like 3,250, and you're doing the mild or you're doing the weight loss, so you're doing 500 less, you're eating 500 less than this, you're going to be having 2,750 as your daily caloric requirements, right? And you're going to be eating 2,750 as your caloric intake. So your daily caloric requirement is, say, these requirements, this is your intake, right? So you're going to be losing 500 calories every day. But imagine now if you now add exercise. So let's say you're doing an exercise that takes 1,000 calories. This ramps up your daily calorie requirement to 4,250. And then you're eating 500, you're eating you're eating 500 less. So you're having 3,750, which is what you're supposed to eat. I know that, I mean, before you can eat up to a meal that will be up to 3,750, it's gonna be, I mean, you need to be eating like Yokozuna for you to reach that. So you see that this whole thing is going to boost your metabolism. This exercising is going to boost your metabolism and it's going to help you do what? Burn more calories at the end of the day, and then you're ultimately going to lose more weight. Now, give me a few seconds. So yeah, exercise burns calories. I mean, different exercises, like what are the, so next question someone will ask is, what are the best exercises for weight loss? I'm going to answer that. But before I answer that, let me tell you some other benefit. I've told you it boosts your metabolism. Another thing that exercise does is that, where's my duster? Let's let me use this. So I'm going to tell you what the things that exercise does, aside, when it comes to weight loss, the benefits of exercising. Number one is that it boosts your metabolism. Pardon me. Boosts metabolism. Remember, we're talking about exercise. 2, it improves your insulin sensitivity. So insulin is actually the hormone that digests sugar in your body, right? It's the hormone that brings down your sugar level. So you see people that are diabetic, they have a deficiency of insulin. Now, if you exercise, right, it helps your insulin level with taking care of the sugar in your body. So because now you are burning more calories than is needed, your pancreas, which is the organ that produces insulin does not have to work hard to produce more insulin. So you need to be exercising even if you have diabetes. First of all, check with your doctor if you have the if you have been certified to exercise. If you have been certified to exercise, then please do, because it's going to help you with your insulin sensitivity. Now, number 3, it helps exercising helps build lean muscles. Now this is where it gets interesting. It will interest you to know that for that 1 gram of fat, your body doesn't need any calories to maintain 1 gram of fat. But for every 1 gram of muscle that you have, your body needs 4 calories to maintain it, even when you are at rest. So even when you are sleeping, your body is burning calories to maintain the muscles you have. And how do you build muscles? By exercising. So any lady that say, I don't want to build muscle, no, you're not trying to build muscle, you're not trying to be like me, but you need to strengthen your muscles, because when you strengthen your muscles and your muscles are actually active, it's going to help you burn fat around your body, because your body is going to be using 4 calories even when you are at rest to maintain that muscle. But it doesn't need any calorie to maintain fat. Fat is just where it deposits the extra calories that you have in your body. So exercise helps you build lean muscles. You do strength training, you build lean muscles. Now, number 4, exercise helps. Where is my duster? Number 4, mental health. It helps with your mental health. So when you exercise, you feel good. Your body releases what we call endorphins and dopamine hormones. Those hormones are the hormones that make you feel good, and it makes you, it helps your body to fight depression. So exercise is a very good remedy if you see that you are going into stress or going into anxiety or going into depression. Exercise and you don't have to exercise vigorously. Like I said, a lot of people think that you need to go to the gym and spend hours and hours in the gym for you to actually lose weight or for you to benefit from exercising, but that's not true. Something as simple as a walk, just going for a walk, can help can give you all these benefits. Just going for a simple walk, 30 minutes walk, 20 minutes walk, it can give you all these benefits, So what I always emphasize is that in your exercise, choose an exercise that you can stick with. Do not do something that you do not enjoy. Exercising has to be fun, because if it is not fun, you will not do it. And also always remember that it doesn't have to be hard. See, the funny thing is that right now we live in a world where, the internet, the social media, people post things, you see people doing crazy workouts. And when I watch those things, I'm like, to what? Why are you trying to get people to do that? Do you want me to go? Do you want people to do this thing that can even hurt them instead of even helping them? So don't try to do the things that you see on social media. Most of these things, they are professionals, and they have professionals behind the camera watching them. So you don't want to do all those things. Pick an exercise that works for you. Pick an exercise that you can stick with, because at the long run, it is not what you do once in a while that works, is what you do consistently. So always pick consistency over intensity. Simple exercises like walking, simple exercises like chair exercises, simple exercises like dancing, hit cardio, that you can do consistently, and you will get the results that you want. Don't try to overdo. Also, you need to do strength training, like I talked about the muscles. So you need to do strength training for you to build those muscles. So now the next question someone will ask me is, what are the best exercises for weight loss? Number 1, is strength training. Yeah, you need to build lean muscles. I already told you that exercise. I told you that your body needs 4 calories. Even when you are at rest, your body is burning 4 calories. Like I am right now, even when I'm not exercising, my body is burning 4 calories just to maintain these muscles. So this is going to add to the muscles I have is going to add to my basal metabolic rate, right? It's going to raise my basal metabolic rate up. Why? Because my body needs extra calories to maintain these muscles. Do you understand what I'm saying? So now the next one we talk about is low impact cardio. Low impact cardio, like walking, dancing, and chair exercises. If you combine these things with proper eating, you'll see that you will lose weight. You'll see that you will definitely lose weight. Now, the next one I want to talk about that helps with workout weight loss is heat cardio. Heat cardio. So what does heat means? This word heat means high interval intensity training. Heat means high interval intensity training. Now, let me explain it. So it just means that you're doing a high interval exercise, then followed by a low or a medium interval exercise, then you ramp it up back to high. So what you're trying to do is, instead of doing, let's say you want to do 10 reps of jumping jacks, right? So you do 10 reps of jumping jacks and then you want to stop and rest. That is just your normal workout. But when you're doing a high intensity interval training, you do 10 reps of jumping jacks and then instead of resting, you can do low kicks. You kick, and then you go back to doing the jumping jacks. So now you're getting your heart rate to continue. It goes up, and then instead of coming all the way down to rest, it's maintained in a level. What this does is that it boosts your heart rate. It boosts your heart is going to need more oxygen, to be able to maintain this interval training. And then as your body needs more oxygen to do that, it now increases your caloric consumption. So, and another good thing is that this high intensity interval training, as your body is trying to recover from it, it's also going to continue burning calories. So high intensity interval training is also one exercise that helps you burn calories even when you are at rest. So you want to be looking at exercises that will help you burn calories even when you are at rest. So high intensity interval training is also one of them. But I will not advise that you do this every day. You can do it once a week. You can do it 2 times a week. Yeah, but if you cannot do it, it's fine. You can do low cardio, but also always increase strength training. Also, always include strength training in your exercise routine. Remember that the best workout is one that you can stick to over time. Remember that you are doing for the long haul. You're going for the long haul. You're not going for just a short-term result. You're going for the long haul. So you want to pick something that you can stick with over time. The best exercise is what you can stick with over time. And the only bad exercise is the exercise that you did not do. There is nothing like a bad exercise. It's only the one you did not do that is bad. Okay. Now let's go to the next topic I want to talk about, which is tracking your progress. tracking your progress, or better still, habits that can help you lose weight in the long run. Habits that can help you lose weight in the long run. Now, have you ever gone to the gym within the first week of the year? If you've gone to the gym the first week of the year, you see how the gym is always packed. Because, you know why? Because this is the new year. People have made their new year resolution. Oh, this year I'm going to lose weight. This is my year. You know, some people even go to church and they pray about it and they say, they put it in their prayer request that this year I'm going to lose weight. It's going to be, and when the pastor say, all your desire this year, you will have it. Amen. Right. Good. Fine. Perfect. Then you go to the gym the first week of the year. The gym is full. You know, the gym, the gym owner is cashing out. Go to the gym by the 17th of January. You will see nobody there. You will see only 2 or 3 people there. Why? Why is that like that? Because the ginger that you use to start, the ginger of this is my year, by the 2nd or the 3rd day of the month of January, those ginger has dropped. And I'm going to tell you why. It's because you do not have a system that holds you accountable. I explained to you the other day, the only reason why many of us, even though we do not like our job, still go to work. I mean, we know that our source of income is that job, right? And so we are chasing the job. It's not the job that is chasing us. We are the ones, the job is chasing us, not us chasing the job, because we know if we do not go, something will spoil, you know. So I told you, if you know that if you don't do something, something will spoil, you will be forced to do it. But if you know that whether you do it or not, nothing will happen, you will do what? Treat it with a lackadaisical attitude. So now the reason why many of us go to our work, even though we don't like that job, we don't like our manager, we don't like this, we don't like that, but we still wake up every morning, even days we do not feel like it, we still wake up and we go to work, is because there is a system that holds us accountable. We know that if we not go to the work, the first day we might be able to escape it. The second day you're getting a query, and then by the 3rd time you try that, you're probably getting your sack letter. So there is a system, accountability system. And that is the same way for everything that we do in life. Where there is no accountability, there is really no real responsibility. Where there is no accountability, there is really no real responsibility. And so you are prone to act or treat it with kid's glove, or treat it like anyhow you want to treat it, because really you're not accountable to anybody. So why don't you adopt the accountability system to your weight loss? If you are truly serious about losing weight, then you need to adapt accountability to your weight loss, because you know that if you are left alone, you will not do it, because it's not fun. It's not always fun. There are days that your body will feel like, there are days you wake up and I want to work out. Yeah, I have the ginger to work. But there are days you work out and you're slow. You're like, I wish I don't have to. Those are the days that your accountability system and your reporting system and your reward system will work for you. So these are the habits. Number 1, I just mentioned them. 1, accountability. 2, reward. 3, motivation. Now, before I go over into this, yeah, that reminds me. Yesterday, I talked about there are other little toolkits that you can add into your whole, eating less calories than your body requires strategy. And so, I mean, time will not permit me to go into those one by one. But if you go to the link that is in the description where I share the 100 Nigerian foods and their caloric intake, if you sign up to get that free pamphlet with the 100 Nigerian foods and their caloric intake, you're also going to get a book, a free ebook where I wrote about those other things like portion control, salt reduction, sugar reduction. I wrote a lot. There are a lot of tips that would help you actually lose weight even as you try to reduce your caloric intake. I also talked about intermittent fasting. Like I said, all these things are needed, they are necessary, but the big thing is eating less calories than your body requires. So if you're on TikTok, head straight to my YouTube channel. You can click on the link on my bio. You see my YouTube channel. You're going to see the day 2 of this section. So the weight loss made easy section, day 2. You'll see the link to get your the free ebooks, and also you're also going to see the link for you to calculate your daily caloric requirement, just in case you don't know what that is. Okay, so let's go into this. So I said accountability. How do you hold yourself accountable? You need a partner. You need someone who is invested in your weight loss. It's funny how people have a personal doctor. They have like a primary care provider, but they don't think that they should have a weight loss coach. And then when you go to your primary care provider, you tell your primary care provider, I have this so. They tell you you need to go and lose weight. And then you go to the gym and you try to do it yourself. Or you watch social media and you see videos of people doing crazy workouts and you want to go and try them. Not knowing that your body system, everybody's body system is different. And there are some things that you cannot do that you see people doing and you want to go and do them. And then you hurt yourself, you develop poor posture. And then you give up all along so quick, and you say, oh, this thing is too hard, I can't do it. But if you can invest in a weight loss coach, if you can invest in a coach that is invested in your weight loss, then not only are you going to have an accountability partner, you're going to have someone to teach you what to do. This person is invested in you. It is his job to make sure that you lose weight. You are paying him for that service. So he's going to take care of your accountability, he's going to take care of your reward, and he's going to take care of your motivation. No man is an island. For everything we do, we always need help, we always need encouragement, we always need the support of people. So if you have the resources to get yourself a coach, please do. It is a good investment. Trust me, it is a good investment, because what that is going to save you in hospital bills, maybe not now, maybe 10 years from now, 20 years from now, and also the fact that you're going to live, you're going to live a more healthy and you're going to be full of vitality even in your old age. The benefit of living lean and living healthy cannot be overemphasized. So get yourself, invest in a weight loss coach if you can. It's very important. But if you cannot, Look for a friend, look for a family member, look for someone that you would be, that will hold you accountable. Tell them, this year I'm going to lose weight. And tell them, I want you to hold me accountable. I need to be reporting to you every day I go to the gym. I need to be reporting to you every time I eat what I eat, because you know that you cannot do it on your own. Okay, enough said about that. Now, the next thing is a reward system. The human brain is wired. The human brain is wired to always feel appreciated and want to do more when he's rewarded. So think about those days when you were probably in school, primary school, secondary school, high school, you know, and every time you do well in school, you know, your parents get you a present or something, think about how you feel. You know, the next semester or the next section of school, you want to do better. Why? Because you were appreciated for what you did the previous term, right? That's also how it works with weight loss. Every time you hit a milestone, let's say you decided that you're going to be eating 250 calories less, and then you do that successfully for 1 week, my brother or my sister, appreciate yourself, because it's not easy to do. If it was easy, everybody would have done it. But no, it's not easy. It takes will. It takes will for you to be able to do that. So every time you're able to achieve that milestone, always appreciate yourself. Get yourself in. I mean, it doesn't have to be something big. It can be even just taking, 1 day of rest. You can even just write yourself a thank you note. Just show yourself some kind of appreciation for, investing in your health and investing in your future. We do better when we are rewarded. We do better when we are appreciated. So always building that reward factor to your weight loss journey. You see how every time you do well at work, some companies have a reward system. They will call you the employee of the month. They would give you a little raise in your salary. These things are reward that makes you feel good about yourself and makes you put more energy into what you're doing. That is the way that the human brain is wired. And even, even machines are wired that way these days. AI is wired that way. So there's what we call the reward system for AI. The word just left my brain. Anyways, I'll talk about that some other listing. But yeah, there is a reward system. The reward system works for everybody. When you are able to reinforce, yeah, it's called reinforcement. So you reinforce the habit, you reinforce a model by rewarding it. So when AI gives you, like ChatGPT, when you ask ChatGPT a question and it tells you and it gives you the answer, then it gives you where you say you like this answer or no, you don't like it. So when you click on yes, you are reinforcing that. You're telling ChatGPT, okay, I like the process you used to get this answer, right? So the next time you try to do something again, it's going to go through that process, knowing that yes, it's got it the last time it did it. So what I'm just trying to say is that everything needs to be rewarded. Everything needs to feel appreciated for you to do better, even yourself. So just use that analogy for yourself. Always reward yourself for reaching your milestone. And how do you do that? You have to keep record. You have to keep record. You have to keep reports of what you're doing. One thing I do for my clients is I have a reporting system that works. Like every month, every week, they see their performance for the week. They see how many steps they've taken. They see the workout they have done. They see how they have performed. And I also have a reward system that also rewards them for those things. So, and that helps them, reach their weight loss goal. So another thing is motivation. Motivation. Motivation is you need motivation to be able to do certain things. Some people do not need motivation. Some people, they are just wired to wake up and do the things that they want to do. But for some of us, motivation is required. And how do you motivate yourself? I mean, choose what motivates you. You know, you can decide to. Some people will say they put the picture of what they want to look like. Fine. Some people will say um, music motivates them. That's also good. So choose your motivation and always motivate yourself every day. So someone said that motivation wears out, and then another person said, yes, that is why just like taking your bath, you have to motivate yourself daily. So you also have to motivate yourself every day for you to be able to achieve your weight loss goal. But now, I have good news for you. I have good news for you. Now, let me tell you, if these 3 days you think that you have learned a lot, if in these 3 days you have gotten so much value, then I have something more for you. You see, think about, imagine waking up every day feeling lighter, feeling more energized, and then actually you feel good about looking at yourself in the mirror. Imagine saving yourself those hospital bills that you pay to go and meet the doctor every month for one thing or the other, fatty liver, diabetes and all of that thing, all of those this thing. Imagine feeling in control of your health, feeling in control of your eating without guilt, eating without feeling bad about it. Imagine wearing the clothes that you have abandoned in your wardrobe. Imagine that. Imagine how your life will be when you go out, people do not body shame you. Imagine how your life would be if when you go out, people do not look at you and say, oh, you don't add weight, or you don't fat. Imagine that. Or imagine when people look at you and they say, you don't lose weight, or what did you do? You need to tell me what you're doing. Imagine how happy you will feel. And think about how much you want that. If you are to put a price on that feeling, the feeling of happiness and the feeling of how much better your life would be when you reach this goal, how much do you think you're going to put on that? How much price do you think you're going to put on that? I bet many of you will be willing to pay, or will be willing to give, 500,000, 1 million naira for that feeling. But imagine that you're getting a guarantee that in 12 weeks, 12 weeks is what? 3 months? Yeah, 3 months. 12 weeks is also 84 days. So imagine that within the next 12 weeks, if you're willing to invest just 12,000 naira every month, for the next 12 weeks, I'll be able to take you from where you are right now to where you want to be, your weight loss goal. I'll be able to do that. Now I'm saying this confidently because I have done it for a lot of clients. I showed you some testimonies the other day, and I want to read the testimony for you quickly. Let me do this. I'm going to read a testimony from one of my clients um, real quick. Just give me a second to do that. So, I've done this for a lot of people, and I want to do the same for you. As I pulled out that testimony, I mean, I don't know if I can, if I have the time to pull that up. Let's see. Okay. So yeah, this is a testimony that a client sent to me. You can see, let me cover her name. I don't want you to see her name, but you can see I'm gonna be reading that message for you. I'm gonna be reading it out for you. It says, "Good day, Coach Endee. I have a testimony to share. In August 2023, I was diagnosed with a fatty liver, type 2. Since then, I've been taking Liptol and Livolin tablets. When I first joined the Fat Must Go challenge, after the challenge program, I did another test and the type 2 changed to type 1. Last month, March, I decided not to take medication again, that I will concentrate on my diet. So on Monday, the 21st of April, I went to the lipid profile test. The result was so good that even the doctor advised me not to go for any scans, that I should continue with my diet and exercise. But I refused to take his advice. Today I went for my abdominal scan. To the glory of God, no more fatty liver again. Thank you so much, Coach Endee." And this is a testimony that a client shared with me. And I've showed you the weight loss journey of a couple of my clients during the course. I showed you in day 1, I showed you in day 2. I mean, I don't need to keep showing it. If you go to my YouTube profile, my YouTube page, you're going to see testimonies of people who have lost weight with me, and I'll keep posting more testimonies because these are real results. I'm glad with what I'm doing. I'm glad that we are able to help people. And there, let me say that I don't work alone. I work with a dietitian, and I also work with a physiotherapist. So we have like a group or a team of people that are dedicated to your weight loss journey. So if you're going to invest 12,000 naira every month, then join the Fat Must Go challenge. Within the next 3 months, I promise you that you would be glad you did. And if you do everything that we ask you to do, if you follow the meal plan that we're going to give you, if you follow the exercise and you do the things that we ask you to do, and you do not lose weight within 3 months, we are going to refund you your money back, and we're going to send you an apology letter for wasting your time, and also pay you money for the data that you use to join the program, because the program is held online. This program is held online, so you have to the program holds online. So yeah, you're going to be getting a lot of information, and you're going to be getting workouts that work for you. You're going to be getting meals that you can eat, Nigerian based meals. I'm not talking about food that you have to look for somewhere to get. No, Nigerian based meals that you can find anywhere in Nigeria, and you eat them and you're going to lose weight. And my dietitian is going to be there on the group to also encourage you. She's also going to tell you every day. You have to let her know what you ate, and she'll tell you, okay, this is good, this is not good, you need to take out this. I mean, if you do these things and you do not lose weight, at the end of 12 weeks, I promise you I'm going to refund you your money. So if you are interested in the Fat Must Go challenge, come to my WhatsApp, send me a message and tell me, Coach, I am interested. to join the Fat Must Go challenge. Everything that you see here, we put everything into practice. Everything. And you will be one of the next testifiers. If you have any question, please feel free to send me a message on my WhatsApp or send a comment on the YouTube channel. If also you are a new mom, if you have just given birth, maybe 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, even up to 6 months or 1 year, or you're still breastfeeding, you might not be able to join the Fat Must Go challenge. It's not for you, but I have a program for you, for new moms. So also send me a message and tell me that I'm a new mom and I want to lose weight, and then I will put you through the program that we have for new moms. But yeah, if you're not a new mom and you want to lose weight, you're a guy, you're a lady, hit me up and let's get you down within the next 3 months. And until I see you next time, I say cheers to the fit version of yourself. Bye.